What's up, Bleeding Green Nation? I swear to you guys, I woke up today, brewed my coffee, sat down to check out the front office moves, and stumbled upon one of those headlines that make you rub your eyes twice. The NFL off-season is a weird beast, isn't it? Some days we are breaking down the science of offensive line run blocking, and other days the national media decides to dump a gallon of gasoline in our backyard just to see the size of the blaze. And guess who the target is this time? Yes, our Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly, my friends, but today the turbulence is severe. I'm not talking about some random undrafted free agent rumor. I'm talking about ESPN dropping 2 trade proposals that directly mess with the soul of our offense and the future of our quarterback room. One of them involves none other than A.J. Brown. Yes, our number 11. The guy who terrorizes secondaries. The other involves McKee and a direct bridge to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Before we dive into the playbook and figure out if Howie Roseman has lost his mind or if this is just talk radio noise, I need you to do your part. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you breathe NFL 24/7, and comment down below. Would you trade A.J. Brown for draft picks? Help the channel grow because what I'm about to reveal here is locker room talk, the kind of stuff coaches hide from their own families. Let's break down every penny, every root, and every impact these crazy ESPN theories would have on our beloved Philly. Brace yourselves, because the snap is going to be quick. To understand the weight of what's being floated, we need to take a step back and look at the historical mosaic of this franchise. The Philadelphia Eagles are not a team built on the fly. From the golden era with Brian Dawkins patrolling the secondary like a bloodhound, to the unquestionable legacy of guys like Jason Kelce in the trenches, Philly's DNA demands physicality and stars who embrace the chaos of the city. When Howie Roseman pulled the trigger in the draft to bring A.J. Brown from Tennessee, he didn't just bring a wide receiver, he brought gravity. Brown shifted our Super Bowl window. Now, ESPN is proposing that the Denver Broncos take our Pro Bowler in exchange for cornerback Riley Moss, a 2026 second-round pick, and a 2027 fifth-round pick. Historically, we know Roseman loves to hoard draft capital. He's the wizard of trades. But breaking up the deadly duo between Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown takes us back to the dark days of offensive instability we lived through before 2017. And the original text even raises the ghost of the salary capital. A trade like this before June 1st would leave the Eagles with $43.5 million in dead money. That's a financial black hole. It's true that the salary cap has hit north of $300 million in the modern NFL, but we have the blessing, recently confirmed, that the legendary Lane Johnson is returning for his 14th season. Keeping Lane requires structure. Losing A.J. and still swallowing that dead cap? It feels like a punch to the gut of our recent history, a rupture that goes against the playbook of keeping the foundation that makes us contenders year after year. Let's go to the whiteboard, because this is where the game is won. Take off the fan goggles and put the clipboard on the table. If you take A.J. Brown out of Nick Sirianni's scheme, you dehydrate the playbook. A.J. is the isolated X factor. You know that Blitz, the opposing defensive coordinator, wants to send on third down? He hesitates, because he knows Brown in man coverage on the outside, running a slant or a fade in the red zone, is certain death. Our RPO game only flows so well because the safeties have to respect the box to stop Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts, but they are terrified of number 11's vertical routes. Without him, Devonta Smith's life gets 1,000 times harder against cover 2 or quarters matchups. And speaking of the tactical side and the depth chart, let's look at the second proposal. McKee sent to the Pittsburgh Steelers for a 2026 third-round pick and a conditional 2027 third-round pick. The Steelers are in quarterback purgatory. Mike McCarthy took over as head coach there, which is an insane dynamic, considering his history, and the roster only has veteran Mason Rudolph and the kid Will Howard, who missed the preseason with a hand injury. The Steelers are desperate. For Nick Sirianni, McKee is that cheap, reliable insurance policy. But tactically, trading an unproven backup QB for 2 third-round picks? That's when the front office's eyes light up. You lose safety on the bench, but you gain heavy ammo to reload the trenches in the draft. It's a cold, calculating move, typical of NFL chess. If these trades actually went down, the American press would be having a meltdown. Good Morning Football and First Take would do 4-hour shows just on the implosion in Philadelphia. But the cold reality in the hallways of the NovaCare complex is that these ESPN theories speak volumes more about how the rest of the league views our roster than about any real desire from Howie Roseman to burn it all down. The market looks at the Eagles and sees an excess of talent, a team robust enough to field aggressive calls. Projecting the playoffs and the 2026 draft, the key to a championship team is resisting unnecessary disruption. You don't dismantle the Ferrari to see how the engine works while you're in the middle of a Formula One race. Lane Johnson sticking around and the weight of veterans in the locker room indicate that the title window is wide open right now. These speculations are the main course of the off-season to sell papers and generate clicks. They'll keep knocking on the door, but until the phone rings and the contract is signed, our focus is the gridiron. We are Philadelphia. We don't sell off our stars to fix the problems of those who don't know how to draft. Best of luck to the Broncos and the Steelers, but the road to the top of the NFC goes through our house. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, because the season never stops. Take care and fly, Eagles, fly.